So, as you saw in the title of today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the mystery and magic of the tarot. The tarot cards, these days mostly known for divination, making contact, making conversation between you and the spirit, the soul. But if you look at the history of the tarot, which apparently started in the 15th century, you can look it up in Wikipedia if you like. The cards started as playing cards, as games, just like ordinary cards. And then only later became a tool for connecting with the spirit, to divine, to make a conversation, a relationship between you and the spirit. I have used the tarot cards now for some 20 years, I think. This is my deck, old and worn, as you can see. Yeah, I'll be talking about this a little more. With it, this is Monty Faber and Amy Zerner deck, and it comes with a book. So when you shows you what kind of spread to do. There's Celtic spread, there's 3-card spread, all sorts of things, and it gives you a description of every card. So you can, if you put your cards down, and you can look it up here, and it will give you the description, what the meaning of the card is. And I'll go into that a little bit more later if we've got time. But now I want to read you something I've written about the tarot years ago. This was, let me have a quick look. This is my little essay from 2015, so 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I think. The tarot is your complete psyche, the complete cosmos. It is the inner dimension of the psyche, of your inner life, and the outer dimension, your everyday life. So you can say it's the soul and the material side of yourself together. So it's the inner side is the archetypal side is the major arcana. There's the 22 cards of the major arcana. So from the full card, which is 0, to the 21, the world card. There's your inner journey. There's your inner quest. The 21, the card number 21 is the world card. And what you see in the world card, let me just see if I've yeah, that's the full, and that's the world card. So it starts with the full, 0. 0 means nothing. In other words, it's not of this material world, but of the spiritual world. There's your intuition. There's your inner guide that starts the journey. And you climb up, if you like, 21 steps onto the through the axis mundi, through the center, through the tree of life. And there you integrate each archetype. These are archetypes, the 21 cards, the 22 cards, should I say, are archetypes. And you integrate that. You don't project it, you integrate that until you reach the center, the highest card, the world card. Can you see this? It's difficult. The world card. Can you see what's inside the world card? It's the feminine. There's the soul. She's standing in the center. There she is. It's difficult, a little glary. There she is. She's standing in the center. She's dancing between the above and below. There's your center. This is what you're going. This is what the inner quest, the inner journey is all about, to recover the soul. She's the image of the soul. That's the feminine divine. That's the goal, the feminine divine, your intuition, your soul. That's where you're going. This is the center. In this design, it's not that clear, but in the Veda, I think it's called, the most popular tarot, you have the 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there she is in the center with usually a red sash that connects the above with the below. There's the dance. There's the one that this is the center that connects your inner life of your inner self, and the outer life of your ego, of your everyday life. That's the whole goal. When you found this center, then for the rest of your life, you live with one foot in this reality, visible reality, and the other firmly rooted in the invisible reality of the mystery and magic of the soul. So this is the tarot. I will just read you quickly what I've wrote about this. It goes a little bit, it just says pretty much what I've just told you. So I'll do it quickly. So tarot, complete psyche, the whole cosmos, the inner world of the soul and the outer world of nature combined together. And I'll go into more detail with regards to the number of the cards and so on. Through the tarot and its Fool card, the Fool's journey is another example of the shaman's journey through the mystic door. Feminine mystery of intuition. There's your mystic door. The intuitive middle way of archetypal symbols, major arcana, that's your inner collective unconscious, all the way to the apex and identity with the eternal part, the feminine divine as the light of the world or the world card. So that's the whole point. You're reaching the apex of the tree of life. You see, and then that's the world card. There you find the center. And what's the core of the center? The feminine divine, your intuition. That's the soul. So major arcana has got 22 cards. Fool is 0. 21 is the highest card. The world card. The center. Major arcana, the inner world of the psyche, the unseen world of the collective unconscious. Yeah? The cosmic axis, Fool's journey, starts at the foot of the axis with the card 0. Nothing or no thing, no material thing of this material world, the Fool. Attention turned inward towards psychology and spontaneous intuitive imagination and its symbols in the world of personal dreams and collective dreams of humanity, archetypes or of mythology. So, because we're talking about archetypes, this lives within you as well, but you will find the archetypes mostly in mythology. Fairy tales, mythology, depth psychology, yeah. So this is this is your inner life, the structure of the psyche, the collective unconscious. Okay. The inner quest concludes at the apex with the world card, number 22, number 21, plus the Fool, which equals 22 paths. You see? So there's your 22 paths, the 22 stages to reach the apex of the Sephirot or in the Kabbalah. That's the 22 paths in the Sephirot in the Kabbalah as well. Or 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Metaphorical of the climb of the cosmic tree upon which the Fool reaches the apex, center of the world, the world card, okay. The ground of being or the most inward center, heaven within and without. The highest divine, the light of the world as the holy feminine who is to be identified with as our oneness. You see? So there she is. She's the light of lights, or she's the light that is reflected in you and me and everything. It's the same light, the same fire, the same essence, the same soul, same eternity. Yeah? So even in the tarot, the highest card, the apex, what you're aiming for, your inner quest, is the feminine divine. In everything it reflects this way. Even in Jungian psychology, depth psychology, the quest is to recover the soul, and the soul is feminine in nature. Okay, let's go a little more. Now we're going to the minor arcana. Minor arcana, the seen everyday world of humanity. Now I'll go a little bit more to why. There's 56 cards divided into 4 suits. So 56 weeks of the year divided into 4 seasons, 4 directions, 4 periods of human life, or 4 periods of a day. So there's the major arcana is the inner psyche, the mapping up of your inner psyche, the inner journey, the inner quest for the center, the archetypes. The minor arcana is your outside everyday life, the 4 directions, 4 times, 4 seasons, 56 weeks of roughly 56 weeks of the year. So there's your the tarot is the collective of the collective, the union, or the bridging between the invisible world and the visible, the whole cosmos together. Nothing is divided, the whole thing is together in this. Okay. So now I got some quotes. You're not a drop in the ocean, you're an ocean in a drop. Rumi. It means that our one, let me have a look at the time. Okay, so we've got about 9 minutes left. So the tarot, if you ever wanted to use, you can use any method you like to communicate with the soul, to make a relationship, to build a relationship with the soul. I know people, for instance, who used to, or still do, I suppose, read the number plates of the cars, and that's how they got the connection between the soul and them. Whatever they were reading in the number plate, it was the message from the soul, was meaningful to them, but you have to grab it. You know, there are people that write poetry. I used to write poetry, especially mystic poetry. It works. I also use symbols, working with archetypes and symbols. You know, symbols like the world card. If you go to Wikipedia and you type in the world card, major arcana, and you start reading, and it will have messages for you in there, where you are in relationship to the soul. You know, I know people that read the horoscope daily, and you have the message in there. There are people that, you know, I myself including, get the messages every day from dreams. That's why I interpret dreams for people, because some people have really meaningful conversations in the dreams. But the dream has, the psyche, the soul has its own language. You know, it has its own symbolic, pictorial language. So you have to understand that language, what it means. Like, you know, like I just told you in the tarot, you know, what the Fool means, what the World card means, what the Tower card means, and, you know, what the structure of the, for instance, you know, of the whole tarot card is. You know, there's the major arcana and the minor arcana, the 56 cards in the minor arcana and the 22 cards in the major arcana. You got to understand that this is all language of the soul. These are all archetypes. There's a difference between the Empress card and the Emperor card, between the Star card and the, you know, and any other card in the major arcana, or in the minor arcana. So the dreams have a very similar language. You might be finding yourself climbing a tree or climbing a mountain, and you have to understand all this. What happened? What happened on the way? Where did you go? What did you see? What was the goal of that trip? Where did you end up? You know? So I'll share with you, before we run out of time, let me have a quick look. So I'll share with you a dream I had while using the tarot, and this is how it went. I remember standing at a table in my dream, and there I had the spread, the Celtic cross spread of the tarot. So there's the cross, there's the center. I'm looking at the center, and what's in the center? The World card is in the center. So I'm centered. And then I look at the wall, and the wall turns into, in front of me, and the wall turns into a cloud or what's it called? Fog. Really, really bright white, and it dissolves, and as it dissolves, I see a figure, a woman figure, again my lady soul, standing at that threshold. You know, a door opens up, there's a space that opens up when the wall dissolves, and there she is, she's standing behind this fog as it clears, in her white dress, long flowing hair. She looks at me and she says, I've been waiting here for 3 days. 3 is an important number. Some of you perhaps have woken up in the middle of the night and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 is your, there's the opposites, you know. There's the outside, there's the inside, and there's the third that mediates between the 3. So that's what 3 means. There's looking outside, there's looking inside, and there's your inner eye that mediates between the two. Third is the one that puts the invisible and visible, your inner life and outside life together. That is your intuition. That's why she says, I've been waiting here for 3 days. for you. In other words, until I'm centered and use my intuition, she's been waiting for me until that time happens. And that's what the tarot showed the world card. I was at the center, and that's how you get in. You get in through the center. You get in through. That's the goal, and that's how you get in. You see? When you're centered, that's how you get in. You get in, and where did I get in? I walked over to her, she took me by the hand, and we were walking a dirt path, and I saw that this path has been walked before. In other words, I have been here before. And she took me up to the apex of a mountain. And there, you know, again, to the very center. And there she showed me a few bits and pieces for me, you know, what I was looking for, what I wanted to know. It wasn't anything spectacular. I don't really remember the exact details, but you know, something important for me to see. But what was more important is the actual act of doing it, of going, of being centered, of crossing the threshold again, bridging the two, inner and outer, as one. You see, and the tarot can do that for you. So can the I Ching. So can reading, you know, horoscopes. So can writing poetry, art. You know, or you know, like myself, I write in my book Where We Dream the Single Dream, or even in the Mystic Soul, the first book, working with mythological symbols, archetypal symbols. It's great to work with them. Why? Because the symbol comes from the center, comes from the soul in its own language, so it speaks back to it. But you got to understand what it means. You know, you don't need to understand straight away. It'll be, the message will be in between those. You know, when you're reading, when you get focused, when you get centered, the message will be there. You'll be just following a clue after clue after clue until you get somewhere and you get a message, and you get to the center, and there's the message. So, you know, the archetypal symbols, working with mythology. I like reading mythological books because you're already there. There's the story of the soul. In every single mythology, really. In every single story or fairy tale. There's the quest for the soul. There's the quest for the center. Yeah? And you're on the quest. But you have to stay focused. You've got to have some time to do it. You know, that's why in my cave no one really comes in here. This is my space. This is where I work, where I read. And reading, you know, Campbell said the same thing. Is reading, you're not just reading, but you're underlining something that jumps at you and speaks to you. So you underline. And then, you know, it means that when you start to underline, and when you really focus, when you've read through the book a little bit, and you're really focused on what's going on, the psyche will start to project, not maybe project, but you will start to communicate through these messages to you. Say, oh, I know this is my story. I understand this. And it starts to activate itself again and starts talking to you, starts a conversation with you. You have a look. What do we do? Okay, well, I got to wrap it up. So that's the story of the tarot. The tarot is a whole cosmos. The inner world, the invisible world, and the outer world as one. So the major arcana is your inner world of the archetypes, the fool's journey to the apex of the tree, to the center, to the most inward center, and the minor arcana is the four suits, the four periods of time, the four directions, the material world, which interacts with the inner world for your journey to start, for your journey to begin, you know, or to make contact. Well, to make contact with the soul, whatever, you know. You know, you pick up a card and you have a look at it and go, oh yeah, okay, and that's how it starts. Okay. So that's all I wanted to talk to you today about the tarot, and I'll see you on the next one.